So the first real pearl of wisdom that I want to share with you is about the Garden of Life. And just like Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, our lives all start in a garden. And that garden should have roots that are deeply planted in Jesus Christ. And we're given seeds, both from God, from our ancestors and our parents, and we plant those seeds. And we cultivate them, we water them, we help them grow. Now, sometimes in your garden, you might have things that are unhealthy for that garden. And you might have to trim things. You might have to prune some trees so that it can bear fruit the next year. And sometimes you just have to pull weeds. And that's a really important concept to understand, and one that I wish I understood when I was your age. All life starts with our ancestors and our parents. And they're the people who first give us our seeds to plant in our garden. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the foundation of my life and the seeds that were given to me when I was a little girl to start my life. So I'm going to share a little bit about my family. So my dad, he was in a family that had a dairy. His mom, my grandma Pekachak, had multiple sclerosis, and she was in a wheelchair pretty much most of her adult life. In fact, in later years, she couldn't even use her arms. So my dad's two older sisters spent a lot of time taking care of my grandma and doing all of the cooking and the cleaning and the washing. Where my dad, who was the baby, he ran a milk route, starting when he was in 5th grade. Now, he couldn't drive in 5th grade, but they'd assign him a driver, and then he was faster than any of those drivers, and he could run the milk to the milk boxes and back. And he would start this at 4 in the morning and run a milk route every morning before school till he had to be at school at 8. My dad was really good at math, and my grandpa Pekachak had an 8th grade education. So my dad ended up running the books of the business ever since he was in middle school. He put himself through school, and he's been a great role model for me. My dad has given me the seeds of a work ethic, being honorable, honest, and fair. He's also taught me about loyalty, and he's shown me that in his loyalty to our family, as well as loyalty to relationships in his life. And 2 examples that come to mind: my dad has had the same business partner for 50 years, and he's had the same secretary for 40 years. Now, my mom's family also gave me wonderful seeds to plant in my garden. My mom came from a long line of educators. My Grammy, she taught 2nd grade, and my Grampy was actually a middle school social studies teacher. He later became a middle school principal and then ultimately a superintendent. And my mom went to the schools where my Grampy was, so you can imagine a little bit of pressure there, being the principal's daughter. And so she was always a people pleaser, always a good student. But my mom was a really loving, affectionate person, and she gave great hugs, and she always showed her appreciation with simple little gifts of kindness. So my mom taught me how to be loving, thoughtful, kind, and she gave me lots of seeds and taught me how to nurture them.